Friends, welcome to the session on organizational effectiveness and certain roles of specific organization. What do you mean by organizational effectiveness? See, it is a fundamental concept in organization design and development. See, it refers how efficiency and successfully an organization achieves its goal while ensuring long-term sustainability. Right? It is not limited to financial performance alone, but also include the internal health and the functioning of organization. See, you know pretty well in the competitive business era how we need to beat the competition and how we need to proceed along with the competitors. This is not really challenging one. In this scenario, how we need to overcome all those things. See, friends, it is not limited to financial performance alone. It also covers the lot of resources what we mobilize a lot. A key aspect of organizational effectiveness is integrates multiple elements such as strategy, structure, people, process, and even we can say technology as well. See, certain elements must work together harmoniously to produce desired outcomes. You can take any organization, friends, service sector, manufacturing, or we can say, IT industry. They have got their own focus. See, in this, constructor purview, how they are all, doing the activities or process. The organization that focus only on short-term results may achieve temporary success, but long-term effectiveness requires balancing performance with the employees' well-being and adaptability, friends. See, organizational effectiveness also emphasizes the importance of maintaining a healthy work environment. See, employee satisfaction, engagement, motivation play a critical role in achieving organization goals. An organization that supports its employees and fosters innovation is more likely to sustain its success over time. See, each and every organization looking for innovation, creativity, or some kind of changes among the stakeholders' perspective. See, another important feature of organizational effectiveness is adaptability, how we quickly gel with the system. It's a mix of system, people, technology, structure. So in a rapidly changing environment influenced by technology, competition, and globalization also one of the important parameter friends. See, organization must consecutively evolve all those things. The ability to respond to change effectively determines a long-term survival. See, overall organization effectiveness is not a one-time achievement, friends. So it is a continuous process that involves regular evaluation, improvement, and alignment of organizational activities with strategic goals. See, effective organizations maintaining a balance between efficiency, innovation, and flexibility. Correct? So these are all the quite some basics of organizational effectiveness, friends. Next, we will pass on to the another concept called role of organizational effectiveness. What kind of role they are all rendering or servicing to the entire stakeholders. See, organizational effectiveness plays a crucial role in ensuring that all aspects of organization function in alignment with its own objectives. You know pretty well about operational functions of organization, planning, organizing, directing, coordinating, controlling, whatever. Correct? See, one of its primary roles in strategic alignment, where all departments, all clusters, all branches, and individuals work toward common organization goals. I'll tell you, my dear friends, this alignment ensure that efforts are coordinated and the resources are utilized very efficiently, friends. See, another important role in performance improvement, organizational effectiveness always helping, always facilitating, identify inefficiencies and areas to be improved or areas for improvements. See, enabling organization to enhance productivity and operational efficiency or efficacy. See, the organization effectiveness leads to better outcomes and higher level of performance. See, employee engagement is also one of the significant outcome of organization effectiveness. That is called emotional connect. discretionary efforts of employees, right? So when systems and processes are well designed, employees feel more motivated, satisfied, committed to their work. High levels of engagement contribute to improved performance and reduced turnover. Correct? Organizational effectiveness also support decision making by providing structured information and insights. So managers can make informed decisions based on data, leading to better strategic and operational outcomes. Correct? See, with the performance of an individual and organizational team, how they are all achieving a goal. That is important one. So in addition to that, organizational effectiveness facilitates change management. Organization operate in dynamic environments where change is inevitable. You can ask that question, sir, whether we can exclude change. No, not possible, should not. We can accept, we can adopt the change to certain extent. See, effective organization are always better equipped to adapt to technological advancement and environmental challenges, friends. Otherwise, organization not even think about expansion or diversification or scale up, right? So, is it applicable to even startups? Sir? Yes, it is applicable to even startup. See, finally, organizational effectiveness, contributes to competitive advantage, and organization which operate efficiently and adopt quickly are more likely to outperform their competitors and achieve sustainability or sustained success. These are all the primary role of organizational effectiveness. Right? So there are certain dimensions also to be addressed under the category called organizational effectiveness. See, OE can be understood through several key dimensions that collectively determine how well an organization performs. The first dimension is goal achievement, friends, which focuses on the extent to which organizational objectives are accomplished. We need to ensure doubly what about our own feasibility, whether we have got a right chance to fix a goal, we have got a capacity to achieve the goal. It reflects the organization's ability to meet timely targets and fulfill its mission. The another dimension is resource utilization. The first dimension, goal achievement. The second dimension, the resource utilization. Correct? Whatever resource available, how we have to make use of resources very effectively. This involves the efficient use of financial, HR, technological resources. See, effective organization always minimize waste and maximize output from available resources. Correct? See, really it is an art to mobilize a lot of resources for an organization. Correct? It's very easy to mobilize resources of late, friends. But how we have to effectively make use of resources. The another important dimension is internal processes. See, goal achievement, resource utilization, internal process. Everything should have time boundary. This includes workflows, flow of sequence of work, where we have started, where we have to land, communication systems, understand, and the coordination among the departments. Smooth and efficient processes contribute to better performance and reduce the operational issues. So these are all the quite some dimension of organizational effectiveness. In addition to that, employee satisfaction is another critical dimension. Why? See, each and every employee definitely are having their own thoughts, more expectation. Any point of time, we can ask them to keep mum, not possible. So employee satisfaction always reflects the level of job satisfaction, morale, retention with the organization. See, satisfied employees always are more productive and contribute positively to organizational outcomes. Innovation capability is also very essential. Organization must continuously generate new ideas and adapt to changing conditions. So we should give a space to the employees to come out their own hidden talents. Innovation also, creativity also helps a lot organization to remain competitive and relevant in the market. The final dimension is external adaptability. Apart from critical dimension, one of the important parameter is external adaptability. So organization must respond effectively to changes in the external environment, including market trends, including customer preferences and technological developments. Together, these dimensions provide a comprehensive understanding of organizational effectiveness and highlight the need for balanced approach. So, organizational effectiveness always should have the optimum level, neither excess nor shortage, neither extremely good or extremely bad. Should be balanced one. See, there are some framework called goal approach framework is there to back up the organizational effectiveness. Friends, the goal approach is one of the earliest and simplest frameworks used to measure organizational effectiveness. It focuses on the achievement of predefined organizational goals. Predefined organizational goals. So, according to goal approach framework, effectiveness is determined by comparing actual outcomes with expected objectives. You know pretty well what do you mean by performance appraisal? How we need to manage performance management. So, what is the significant differences between appraisal and management? This framework empathizes measurable indicators such as productivity, profitability, and growth. It is particularly useful in organization where goals are clearly defined and quantifiable. Correct? The goal approach is straightforward and easy to apply, making it widely used in performance evaluation. With respect to performance evaluation, with respect to organization setup, it provides a clear benchmark for assessing success and helps organizations track their progress. However, this approach has certain limitations or kind of restrictions. It primarily focuses on outcomes and doesn't consider internal processes and employee well-being. Friends, as a result, it may overlook important factors that contribute to long-term sustainability. Why we are all creating and contemplating various framework? The framework definitely will be resulted in the performance, performance of an individual, performance of an organization as a whole. So this goal approach is also most suitable for stable environments where objectives are clearly defined and external conditions, environments are highly predictable. Correct? In such context, it provides a reliable measure of effectiveness. Despite its limitation, the goal approach remains an important framework for understanding organizational performance and evaluating goal achievement, friends. See, anyway, goal approach framework definitely is providing a lot of, impact over the organization effectiveness, friends. The another approach called system approach and strategic constituencies approach. What I am saying, system approach framework and strategic constituencies approach. The system approach views an organization as an open system, interacts consecutively with, emphasizes the relationship between inputs, process, output, and feedback. Okay. See, inputs include resources such as raw material, human capital, and information. These inputs are transformed through organizational process into outputs, which may include products, services, or outcomes. Feedback from the environment helps organization adjust and improve their processes. A key feature of this approach is adaptability. Organization must respond to changes in the environment to survive and to succeed. So the system approach always highlights the importance of flexibility and consecutive learning. It is applicable to all the organization, friends. We can say this is only meant for middle level or only meant for, entry level or only meant for extreme level, that is called the developed level. We can't say it is applicable for all the level of organization, friends. Correct? So again, I'm telling the system approach highlights the importance of flexibility and consecutive learning. Why we are all bothering about consecutive learning? Unless consecutive learning, employees not having chance to update themselves to make use of all the available or potential resources. So more and more we have given opportunity to learn or further learning process. Definitely, they are all contributing a lot for the overall performance of an organization, friends. See, it also empathizes interdependence of organizational subsystems. So different departments, different branches, and functions are interconnected. We cannot isolate one department from another department. Say, for example, marketing department definitely cannot keep away from sales. Sales department definitely may not keep away from which one? HR department. Not at all possible. Interlinked one. The percentage may be different 10%, 20%, or 30%. Correct? So different departments and functions are interconnected and the performance of one unit affects others. Yeah, sure, sure. If a marketing department is not working efficiently, definitely sales volume will be coming out. So effective coordination and communications are very much essential for overall success. So this system approach is particularly useful in dynamic and complex environments of each and every organization, particularly where organization must constantly adapt to external changes. You should agree first of all. Changes are always welcome. Practical difficulty will be there. So we are here to convince the people to adopt the changes. So it provides a holistic view of organizational functioning and encourages consecutive improvement. Okay. And followed by system approach framework, the another important approach known as strategic constituencies approach. This approach focuses on the satisfaction of key stakeholders, also known as constituencies. The stakeholders include employees, customers, investors, suppliers, and other groups. Again, I'm telling you, constituencies or stakeholders, which comprises of employees, customers, investors, suppliers, and other groups. Always they influence or affected by the organization. See, according to this approach, an organization is considered effective if meets the expectation of its key stakeholders. Different stakeholders have different interests, and the organization must balance these conflicting demands. This approach recognizes that effectiveness is not determined by a single factor. Why? There are so many factors influencing a particular organization. We should concentrate on all the factors, all the parameters. But by the ability to satisfy multiple groups, correct? It highlights the importance of stakeholder management and relationship building is very important. To whom we may give more importance. From the perspective of the organization, we should give more importance to all the stakeholders. Correct? Customer, internal employees, and our own clients, correct, suppliers, etc. See, in complex organizational environments, stakeholders' expectation may conflict. See, for example, employees may seek higher wages, while investor may prioritize profitability. Effective organizations manage these conflicts by finding a balance that ensures long-term sustainability. The strategic constituencies approach is particularly useful in organization with a diverse stakeholders groups. There are so many stakeholders. They have got only one stakeholders group. No, it should not apply. Correct? So it enhances organizational reputation and supports long-term success. Okay? By maintaining positive relationship or optimistic relationship with all stakeholders. If you are not giving more importance to stakeholders, the stakeholders will give you a wrong picture to somebody else. I will tell you, definitely. See, word of mouth, people are telling somewhere else. This company of late is downfall. We should not get sorry figure, friends. Okay. So, and another important framework is competing values framework. Sir, you can ask a question. So, these framework, who probably framed, sir? So, these frameworks are purely based on the experience and the kind of experiment by the HR department, or kindly, so we can call it as observation. So, the competitive or competing values framework provides a comprehensive perspective on organizational effectiveness by balancing different organizational values. It is purely based on two dimensions. Number one, flexibility versus control, and internal focus versus external focus. Again, I'm telling you, two sub-dimensions are available under the competing values framework. One is flexibility versus control. The another one, internal focus versus external focus. So these dimensions create four distinct models of organizational effectiveness. That is called collaboration, teamwork, and employee development. That is called clan model. That model is known as clan model. See, it focuses on creating a supportive and participative work environment. What do you call participative work environment? We try to allow them to participate more and more in the decision making process. So the point itself shows the collaboration. Collaboration of whom actually? Collaboration of multiple people, leaders, or middle level employees, or team members. So this competing values framework through clan model, it creates a supportive and participative work environment. The another model, advocacy model, it emphasizes innovation, creativity, and adaptability. So the three things are very important, Wherever you go, you have to put it as innovation, creativity, and adaptability. While we are talking about adaptability, it is called the change management. See, it encourages always risk taking and the development of new ideas. How we need to consume new ideas. See, and the another model known as market model. Again, I'm telling you, clan model, advocacy model, market model, hierarchy model, so on. See, this particular market model focuses on competitiveness, productivity, and achieving results. It is driven by external positioning and performance outcome. What I am saying, the market model is driven by external positioning and performance outcomes. Followed by that, the another model known as hierarchy, which emphasizes stability, control, and efficiency. It relies on formal structure, rules, procedure, or kind of policies. This is called hierarchy model. See, whatever the model, they are all representing or they are all recommending. How we are all executing, how we are following, it's a question mark. I am not telling these all models are important for all organization. According to your own suitability, you can pick the model. How your entire environment definitely will make use. So each model represents a different approach to achieving organizational effectiveness, friends. The word effectiveness got, broad meaning, correct? All 360-degree or 720-degree dimension, we need to show our progress. That is known as effectiveness. See, organizations may adopt one or a combination of these models depending on their goals and environment. So according to your own goals, expectation, and situation, you need to choose the model. Again, I'm telling you, clan model, advocacy model, market model, hierarchy model. The four models are under the category called competing values framework. Right? The competing values framework highlights the need to balance different organizational hierarchies or different organizational priorities to achieve overall effectiveness. So this is called the competing values framework model. Correct? So followed by various framework. There are some unique models also influencing or affecting positively organizational effectiveness, friends. The various models have been developed to understand and improve consecutive organizational effectiveness, non-stop or consistency. These models provide structured frameworks for analyzing different aspects of organization, friends. See, the familiar model, McKinsey. McKinsey 7S model you came across in the industry or undergraduation level. The 7S model focuses on strategy, structure, system, shared values, style, staff, skills. 7S model. Strategy, structure, system, shared values, style, staff, and skills. The 7S model emphasizes alignment among these elements. And six box model. This model examines organizational functioning through different components: purpose, structure, relationship, rewards, leadership, and helpful mechanism. So these are all having composite effects, sir. Yes, these are all definitely providing composite effect to the organization in a productive manner. And the Nadler-Teshman congruence model focuses on the alignment between different organizational components such as task, people, structure, culture. And Likert System 4 model emphasizes participant management, employee involvement as the key drivers of effectiveness. The open system model also highlights the interaction between the organization and its external environment, friends. And Berg-Litwin model. It focuses on the organizational chain and performance, emphasizing the relationship between leadership, culture, and systems. There are different models available. And high performance work system model. These models are having different ownership. Purely based on experiment and experience, they developed this model. These are all focuses on practices that enhance employee performance and organizational outcomes. These models always serve as valuable tools for diagnosing problems and implementing improvements in organization firms. Okay, so we should not exclude any of the models or framework in an organization, friends. All the models are positively influencing organizational overall effectiveness. You have a question. Sir, what is the significance, sir? Why we need to study about importance, sir? How far it is contributing a lot for the organization contribution, sir? You have a question. Hope all of you having experience in various industry, correct? Different nature of work you are all doing in set of responsibilities. The entire world is looking for perfection, effectiveness, or efficacy, for which definitely this course will help you a lot. See, organizational effectiveness models always play a significant role in improving the organizational performance and development. Okay. See, they provide a systematic approach to analyzing the organizational issues and identifying areas for improvement. Definitely, they are all helping us a lot, facilitating us a lot to identify key areas. See, one of the key areas and key benefits is problem diagnosis. So these models help organization identify weaknesses and challenges in their structure, processes, or culture. So these are all the part and parcel of significance of organizational effectiveness model. They also provide a structured approach to improvement by offering clear frameworks for analyzing and addressing issues. This enables organizations to implement effective solutions. So these are all the part and parcel of significance. So another important benefit is alignment, gelling. These models help align strategy, structure, and processes, definitely doubly ensuring that all elements of the organization work together effectively. They enhance coordination among departments by improving communication and collaboration. Definitely, this organization different model leads to better overall performance. No second thought, friends. See, organizational effectiveness, the models are dominating a lot. This model also support change management by providing guidance on how to implement a specific changes successfully. Finally, they improve decision making by providing accurate and reliable information. End results will be the best. The managers can make informed decisions that contribute to organizational success. Correct? See, in nutshell, these models ensure consecutive development and help organization remain competitive in a dynamic environment. The entire organization effectiveness definitely helping facilitating a lot to each and every organization towards good productivity or well results. Okay. See, what is the takeaway from the entire session pertaining to organizational effectiveness, friends? Okay. So, thank you very much for listening. The effectiveness is a comprehensive concept that encompasses goal achievement process, internal efficiency, employee well-being, adaptability to change. Okay, it requires a balanced approach that integrates various organizational elements. The discussion covered the meaning, role, dimension of organizational effectiveness, along with the different key framework and models which are used to understand and improve the organization lot. The effective organizations are those that achieve their goals while maintaining a healthy internal environment and adapting to external changes. They continuously evaluate their performance and make necessary improvements, friends. In today's dynamic and competitive business environment, friends, organization effectiveness is essential for long-term success and sustainability, friends. Hope all of you understood about organization effectiveness and role, significant contribution, etc. Thank you.